Good afternoon. This webinar offers closed captioning. To enable closed captioning, click on the live transcript button on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen and choose your preferred method. Welcome to the City of Chicago Department of Business Affairs and Consumer Protection webinar. Please note, any website or email that I mentioned will be posted in the chat box. For those seeking business license assistance, you can visit the Small Business Center at City Hall or call 312-74-GO-BIZ. Also, business license can be applied for or renewed online at chicagobusinessdirect.org. If you are a part of the BACP Entrepreneur Certificate Program, you can get credit for joining this webinar by sending an email to bacpoutreach@cityofchicago.org. To learn more about this program, please visit chicago.gov/BACP/business education. Also, this webinar is being recorded and will be available at youtube.com/Chicago BACP. We encourage all attendees to ask questions. Please use the chat box and send your questions to all panelists. There will be a Q&A session at the end of this presentation. Please note the views, information, and opinions expressed during this webinar are solely those of the presenter and does not necessarily represent the official policy or position of the Department of Business Affairs and Consumer Protection or the City of Chicago. Today's webinar is entitled CIBC Small Business Financing Products. At this time, I will now turn this webinar over to Anita Vega for us to begin.
Hi, everyone. My name is Annette Vega with CIBC Bank. I'm a relationship manager and work with small business owners with revenues under $1 million. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to learn about the 5C's of credit and other information that's going to be covered today. Today, we're going to talk about CIBC small business financing products. I work in the community development group where I focus mainly on small business owners, but we are a full service bank with over 20 locations in the Chicagoland area. And we do have 2 locations in the inner city, one in Little Village and also one in the Bronzeville neighborhood. So I am sharing my PowerPoint presentation, and I will begin the presentation now. Thank you again for joining us today. CIBC Small Business Financing Products. How much money do you need? That's one of the biggest questions, I guess, when you're a small business, when you go to a bank. How much money do you need? What do you need the financing for? Do you need it to buy supplies, purchase inventory while you're waiting to get paid, paying payroll or rent, buying equipment and fixtures, maybe even purchasing equipment or a computer or technology upgrades. There's many reasons why a business may need financing, or you may even be buying the business itself. Prioritize those areas where your options are limited to paying in cash, and review your alternatives where there may be another way. For example, it is not necessary to pay all cash for a delivery truck when you can rent or lease one. Where to get the money? So entrepreneurs have a wide variety of options when it comes to funding. Below is a list of possible options for a small business to research and consider regarding lender types. Lending options for small businesses. It could be a credit union, a bank, could be an SBA loan. Microfinance options include the WBDC, Action, which is now Allies for Community, Chicago Neighborhood Initiatives, crowdfunding, Kiva, Kickstarter, and there's factoring. Other business lending can be Cabbage, Lending Club. There's a lot of different avenues where small businesses can have access to loans or different types of lenders. I guess my advice is always be cautious with the different types of loans that you're applying for. Look at the interest rate that you are being charged, look at the term, how long it's a fixed rate for. All of those things are very important when you're looking for different venues to apply for a loan. What matters to lenders? So what do we look for? when we have someone approach us for a business loan. So we look at the 5C's of credit. And what are the 5C's of credit? It could be capacity, the credit, the character, collateral, capitalization, and conditions. And we'll go into detail into each one of these on the next few slides. So these 5 things are things that we look at when we're looking at an application for someone applying for a loan. So capacity, we want to see the ability to repay the loan. So we want to, if you're applying for a loan, we want to make sure, of course, that the loan is going to be repaid. We look at what are your monthly fixed expenses, such as rent, mortgage, a car note, student loans, credit card debt. Those are all the fixed expenses. So we take a look at those when we're reviewing a loan application. And how do you intend to pay the loan back? Is it going to be based on your business, personal, or both? And other expected loan payments. So all of these factors are very important, that we want to make sure that you're not overextending yourself and that you're in a position where you'd be able to repay the debt. Calculating your global cash flow. All income from business and personal minus all personal expenses and debt. Remaining amount should cover the monthly loan payment. So if you have $1,000 coming in the form of income for the business and personal, and your personal expenses and debt are $1,000, you are at a break even. So based on those numbers, you would not be able to cover that monthly loan payment. So the bank looks at, say, your income being $1,200 and your expenses being $1,000, you have $200 left, which in turn, obviously, depending on the amount of the loan, would $200 be enough to repay? So we want to make sure that you have sufficient income to repay that debt. So we look at the 3 different credit bureaus. We look at TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax. It's basically a report card, letting us know, what your credit looks like. So for small business loans, lenders will look at one's personal credit. The FICO scores range from 300 to 850. For our program, the entrepreneur training program, the score has to be at least a 600 or better credit score. Items such as bankruptcy, tax liens, judgments, child support, and arrears can be automatic denials for many lenders. So if these items surface on your credit report, the chances of getting a denial are greater than not having them on the credit report. So basically, taking care of your credit is ideal when you are looking to expand your business and ultimately get a business loan from a bank. They're going to look at your credit bureaus at all 3 to see, what your repayment history is. Important, not just for credit, right? So it's not just your credit score is it's not important just to go and apply for a loan. It can be also important for renting an apartment, getting a new job, or even applying for insurance. So it's very important to keep, you have access to a free credit report on an annual basis where you kind of look at, what's out there and keep an eye on it, which is very important. So major factors contributing to your credit score. So these are the major factors. Your past payment history, 35%. Credit usage ratio, 30%. Credit length, 15%. Inquiries are only 10%, believe it or not. I know that's a big thing for a lot of applicants, that it may affect the credit, but the main one is the past payment history that has a huge pull on that credit score. So to put it in perspective, you may see a huge drop in your credit score. It could even be by 100 points if you have one 30-day past due payment on your credit report. So it's very important to keep those payments on time to avoid having a huge drop in your credit score. The next thing we're going to talk about today is collateral. Collateral is the business and or personal assets pledged to help secure the loan. Common types of collateral are equity in your home, accounts receivable in your business, inventory, and equipment. So these are the types of collateral that the bank will take and they'll be pledged to secure the loan. Lenders go through an evaluation of the collateral to determine how much they can lend. So generally speaking, if you're looking at purchasing a house, they're going to look at what that house is valued, and that's how they're going to determine your loan amount. In the case of a business loan, where it is secured by business assets, generally speaking, we do a UCC lien on the business assets. So we generally don't have a value for those, but we would do a UCC lien on the business assets. Capitalization. Capitalization is the amount of money the owner personally invests into this company. Pretty much, maybe you've heard the term skin in the game. Lenders are usually more willing to lend to someone who has invested some of their own money into the business. No precise measure or amount of enough capital, rather, it is specific to each deal. So a bank wants to know that you have invested at least some of your own capital into this business in order for them to lend on the business. So conditions, internal factors inside the business, loan proceeds, working capital versus equipment versus inventory versus renovations. So what does that mean? So the bank wants to know what, so if you're requesting funds for working capital, what are you going to use that capital for, right? So, if you're looking for equipment, what type of equipment, what's the cost? Is it used? Is it new? Is the bank able to take that as collateral to secure the loan? Inventory and inventory, what do you have an inventory? How old it is? Can it be resold? And renovations in the property. We want to see what it is that you want to do. If it's a major renovation or minor, just painting, maybe changing out some cabinets. All of those are taken into consideration. External factors such as economic, environmental, legislative, and industrial. Will a certain law affect the business's industry? Is the industry growing or diminishing? What's the competitive landscape of your industry? So economic, that factor is, where interest rates are. Interest rates on a rise? Are interest rates pretty flat? Are we entering a recession? Environmental, your business, how does it affect the environment? So there's a lot of factors that the bank and other institutions look at when they're looking at the conditions. How to get started. Securing a loan begins by knowing what your lender requires. For a business loan, a lender typically requires the following: business financial statements, business tax returns, a business plan with a budget or projection, personal financial statements, personal tax returns. Be ready to answer questions about your business and be prepared to tell lenders why you need the money and to be as precise as possible. So when you come to the bank, it's good to know, is your business profitable? What were your annual revenues last year? Those are some questions that your lender is going to ask you. And if you're prepared with that, knowing your business, it's going to give that lender a sense of, okay, this business owner knows their business. Knowing your business, the business financial statements, such as your profit and loss statement, your accounts receivables. Do you have any over 90 days? Do you have any that are, not going to pay you, that for sure? Your business tax returns, were you profitable last year, and what were your revenues? What was the biggest expense? Was it payroll, or was it maybe a major expense that maybe it was just a one-time expense that you could explain to your lender that's not going to be reoccurring? A business plan and a budget or projection. A business plan is always good to have, especially if you're a startup business. You want to know, that you did your own homework to see if, where you're going to establish that business, see if it's going to be a viable business, do a budget and projections. You want to make sure you have enough capital to open that business, and that you're not in over your head. Personal financial statements is always good for you to have as well, even if you're not applying for a loan. You want to know where you're at financially, what your income is, what your expenses are. You want to know, what your credit cards are at. If you have any student loans that right now, luckily they're on extension, but in August, they might not be deferred anymore. How is that going to affect your personal financial situation? And then your personal tax returns, also just knowing, what it is that you're paying. So all of this is very important that you understand all this when you're ready to talk to a lender. And in respect to why you need the money is so important. There are some business owners that know they need the money, but really haven't sat down and kind of gone over what it is that they truly need the money for. A lot of times we like to tell business owners, you might not need the money today, but it's always wise, if you can, to apply for a line of credit. A line of credit is always valuable for business owners to have in the event that they need the capital for an unforeseen circumstance. So it's always good to be ready to talk to your lender. So CIBC Bank has an entrepreneur loan program, and we have partners in Chicago, St. Louis, Detroit, and Milwaukee to support entrepreneurial training programs to give startup and early stage small businesses important skills, resources, and products to help them succeed. So we partner with these organizations to give a sense of, letting the entrepreneurs know that CIBC is here not only as a lender, but also as someone that can help coach the small businesses and get them to the next level. Eligible graduates of these programs are encouraged to apply for financing from CIBC. City of Chicago, the workshop you are attending today, this workshop qualifies for the certificate program. So if you'd like more information, my information will be at the end of this presentation. But the entrepreneur loan program is a very, very good program for startups and emerging businesses. So here are some details about the entrepreneur loan program. It was created to support startups and early stage businesses with important working capital. So we have lines of credit and term loans up to $10,000 for a startup and up to $30,000 for early stage businesses. So for the early stage businesses, so long as you have 1 year of tax returns and you've shown a profit, we can take a look at it. The fixed rate term is 5.99%, and it is through, right now we have it approved through the end of June. That date is not correct on the presentation. There are no fees or prepayment penalties. And when I say there's no fees, if you apply for $10,000 and you qualify for $10,000, you will walk out with a $10,000 deposit into one of your accounts. And if you would like to prepay this loan at any time, there are no penalties to do so. So the maximum term is 3 years. So if you have a $10,000 loan approved, it is fixed for 1 year, but the payments are spread over a 3-year period. We also have a program called CIBC EasyPath Business Financing. So the EasyPath Business Financing Program was specifically designed to provide small business owners with options to achieve their business goals, answer small business owners' questions about loans or lines of credit, help small business owners make smart financial decisions for their business. The EasyPath business financing products are available to businesses located in low to moderate income census tracts in each of the bank's assessment areas. The EasyPath business financing products have flexible underwriting standards, which can result in a higher approval rate than the traditional underwriting standard. With the EasyPath business financing program, with this one, you don't necessarily need to take an ETP program or entrepreneur training program, but the odds of getting approved are higher if you take the entrepreneur training program. And the EasyPath term loan program is similar to the entrepreneur training program in the aspect that a lot of the fixed rate is the same. There are no fees. You do have to be in business for 1 year. And the amortization for these are up to 5 years. They're renewable annually. This one's up to 25 versus 30 for the ETP. And your credit score has to be a 600 or better, which is the same for the entrepreneur training program. The credit score has to be 600 or better. And for both programs, a personal guarantee is required. So for both programs, they're very similar, with the exception that the entrepreneur training program, you do need a certificate. With the EasyPath, you don't. But the odds of getting approved are higher with the entrepreneur training program. And there is also a revolving line of credit with the EasyPath program. The EasyPath revolving line of credit, the funds are drawn as needed. It's also up to $25,000. The term is 364 days. It's a variable rate. So the prime rate right now is at 3.5% plus 4. So the interest rate would be 7.5% floating and no fees. The time in business does have to be 1 year minimum, as well as the term loan product, and the FICO score 600 and above. And a personal guarantee is required for this one as well. We do have another product called the EasyPath Step Loan. The EasyPath Step Loan program is a tool that can be used to improve a company's financial credit standing. So loan proceeds are placed into an interest-bearing certificate of deposit. Small business owners make monthly payments until the loan is repaid. Then the CD plus interest earned becomes the client's. So they're $500 to $10,000 is the loan size. Terms are from 12 to 36 months. It's a fixed rate of 5%, and there's no origination fees. The proceeds are placed into a CD account that matches the loan term. Need to prove sufficient income to make loan payments, and loan is always 100% collateralized. No FICO score requirement. So the purpose of the EasyPath Step Loan is basically a credit builder. So if your credit is not where you want it to be, and it does not meet the bank's requirements, we can do a step loan, and the step loan will build your credit, your business credit. So this one is a good way if you don't need the money right away, but you need some help in building the credit, the personal credit as well, over say 12 months to 36 months would be a great time to help that. The next product is the Community Plus loan. The Community Plus loan specifically targets neighborhoods, businesses that have passed that critical first year of business, produce sustainable cash flow, and whose owners have good credit. So provides financing that is typical below market rate, must be in business, generating revenue per year, so meaning you have to be profitable. Gross revenues must be below $1 million. Term loans of 1 to 5 years, fixed rate of 6 to 7% and no fees. Line of credit is for 1 year term, variable rate of prime plus 2% and no fees. For this product, the credit score has to be at least a 660 or better, and a personal guarantee is required. So the Community Plus loan are for an emerging business that has at least a 1 year tax returns, that is profitable, and that is ready for the next step. So this product, the loan size is up to $100,000 for a line of credit or a term loan. The next product that we're going to talk about is the Beautify Your Business loan. So this product, CIBC offers up to $15,000 to qualified business owners along commercial corridors in special service areas. Only special service areas designated by CIBC will be considered. Loan must be used for improvements to or general maintenance of the building, such as repair or replace signage, windows, doors, exterior lighting, perform brick cleaning and tuck pointing, restore original architectural features, and paint the building exterior. So this loan is a loan offered to business owners that want to do something to their existing location, but it must be located in a special service area. Business overdraft. So a business overdraft, this product is tied to your checking account. So this one as well, the business has to be in the bank's assessment area. Small business checking will be eligible for a business overdraft. So if you open a checking account with CIBC, you'll be eligible for this business overdraft. The revenues cannot exceed $1 million. All business owners of the business that have 20% or more ownership must sign and guarantee the business overdraft. Original signed application is required, and if owners / guarantors of a business have multiple business DDA accounts, their approved business overdraft amount will be reduced per account. So this product is a great product to have if you have a checking account and you want to avoid overdraft fees. I always say you never know who's going to give you that check, and that check's going to bounce, and you're counting on that money, and then that money's not there. This product is kind of like a sweep account. The money will be swept into your checking account, and it will help reduce those overdraft fees that are so expensive nowadays. Small business administration loans. So the bank offers, it's a different area, but we do offer small business loans. We offer the 7A loans that are used for acquisition, construction, expansion of owner-occupied real estate, purchase of equipment, and permanent working capital. Maximum loan amount, $5 million. And then we also offer the 504 loan, which provide a long-term fixed rate financing for land and buildings and must be done in conjunction with a community development corporation. So the community development corporation is like SummerCorp. So these are SBA loans. So if you're interested in an SBA loan, we do have someone dedicated to that field that has an expertise in doing small business loans. We also have commercial real estate loans for owner-occupied properties, loans available for up to 75% of value or purchase price. Typical loan terms have a 25-year amortization with a 5-year balloon, and properties can be owned individually or corporately. So again, we do have a commercial real estate area. So if you're looking to purchase a building for your business, we have those options as well. And we can refer you to someone that can help you with the acquisition of a property in our commercial real estate group. So we do have traditional commercial lending products. CIBC provides financing solutions tailored to all your needs. Our understanding of many unique aspects of your business allows us to work together to accommodate your financing requirements. We employ our creativity, understanding, and experience and expertise to build the right solution for you. So if I cannot assist you in the community development group, if your revenues are over $1 million and you need assistance in a different type of loan, we can direct you to the right person. It could be a revolving line of credit, whether you want to purchase inventory, manage temporary cash flow needs, or take advantage of other options that come your way. A revolving line of credit gives your company flexible, convenient access to cash. So if you are a company that has the opportunity to purchase, some used maybe equipment, another company maybe is selling it, and you have this line of credit readily available by your bank, you don't need to use your own capital to purchase that piece of equipment. So lines of credits are always great so that you have to kind of use it and not use your own personal cash flow. Term loans can give you the resources you need to finance expansion, add inventory, invest in new equipment, or otherwise help your company grow. Our team can help you structure a deal with competitive rates and appropriate maturity. We also offer letters of credit. A letter of credit provides assurance to your trading partner that your obligations will be paid using the bank's credit as long as documents called for in the letter of credit meet the terms stated. There are many different letter of credit options, so it is important to talk to one of our relationship managers to learn more. So all loans are subject to credit approval. Personal guarantee required for all smart business loans and lines of credit and Community Plus loans. Terms and conditions apply. EasyPath business loan program is limited to businesses located in a low to moderate income census tract in the following counties. So we have a presence in Illinois, Michigan, Missouri, and Wisconsin. Here in Illinois, as you can see, Cook, DuPage, Grundy, Kane, Lake, and Will counties all are within our footprint. I thank you today for this presentation and giving me time out of your busy day. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat and I can answer as many questions as possible. I open up for questions.
Okay, you have a few questions. For the 600 FICO score requirement, which credit bureau do you pull from?
So we pull from all three and we use the middle score for the approval.
Does CIBC require the business checking account be with CIBC as well as the loan?
CIBC requires for the business owner to open a checking account when there is a line of credit approved. If there is no line of credit and it's only a term loan, there is no requirement to open a checking account with CIBC Bank.
Can you use the loan to build out?
If it's something that can be we can talk about. It depends on the build out and what the cost is. So that's something that we could definitely talk to the business owner about.
Anita, are you the contact for CIBC or do they have to go another route?
I am the contact for CIBC Bank. And my name and my email and my phone number are on the presentation on this last slide.
I'm going to assume that, okay, two more questions are coming. You mentioned this class qualifies as a certificate. How do we access the certificates?
So that would be, I guess you would have to answer that. You can give them your email address so they could apply for the certificate program.
So the certificate program is ran by this department, BACP. So if you are a part of the entrepreneurial certificate program, you will send us an email to BACP Outreach and you receive credit for today's webinar. In order to earn a certificate, you must complete 9 webinars. And once that is done, you will receive a certificate with all of the information to contact CIBC to see if you qualify for a loan. And if you are not a part of the certificate program, you must also send us an email to BACP Outreach requesting to belong to this program. What is the typical time frame for obtaining a loan?
So once we get a complete package, meaning the client applied and gave us all the necessary documentation required, we will have an approval. It could take 10 business days to get a formal approval. So total, I want to say it's from application to closing, it could be 20 business days.
Do not email us before the program starts. You email us after you have attended the webinar. You do not get credit for watching the webinars on YouTube. You must attend the live webinar. And yes, we do have a way to check if you attended the live webinar. The email address for the certificate program or to join the certificate program is bacpoutreach@cityofchicago.org, bacpoutreach@cityofchicago.org. Anita, here's a question for you. What if you already have a business bank account? Can you still apply for a loan with CIBC Bank?
Yes, absolutely.
There are a lot of people who send their request to receive credit. So in time, you will get the credit will add up. Do you guys pre-approve everyone for the loan?
So I'm not sure what the question is, but anyone that reaches out and wants to apply, we accept applications. As stated in the presentation, if you have an entrepreneur training program certificate, we can look at it. If you don't, we can still look at it. But having the entrepreneur training program certificate under your belt, the odds of you getting a loan approved are higher than not getting the training.
For the business startup loan of $10,000, what do you need to qualify?
So you need to provide us with your personal tax return. We need at least 2 pay stubs. So you do need to have some source of income. If the source of income doesn't come from you personally, we do accept co-applicants to co-sign with you. They don't need to be an owner of the business, but we would need to prove that the debt would be repaid. And obviously the loan application needs to be completed.
Past webinars do not count prior to the time that you signed up for the webinar, to be a part of the program. So if you attended any webinars prior to signing up, you would not receive credit for them. So if my source of income is my business, then do I need a co-signer?
Can you repeat that question, please?
So if my source of income is my business, do I need a co-signer?
So if your source of income is the business and the business is, so if it's not, if your source of income is the business and you've been in business for over a year, it's no longer considered a startup. And if you're profitable, you can apply for the loan. However, if your source of income is the business and you are considered a startup, you would be required to get a co-applicant or co-signer.
You must send an email after each webinar in order to receive credit. Thank you, Caesar. Please send it in within 1 week of attending the webinar. All right, Annette, it doesn't look like we have any more. Wait, so you cannot get a line of credit if you have a business account somewhere else?
That's incorrect. You can get a line of credit with CIBC, but you would be required to open another checking account. You could have multiple checking accounts at different banks. That will not having a checking account at a different bank will not result in denial of a loan.
Okay, Annette, do you have any final closing remarks? Does it look like we have any more questions?
I just want to thank everyone again for taking time out of their busy day to listen to this presentation. And CIBC is here to help. If anyone needs just some coaching or some assistance, we're here to help. My information is on the PowerPoint on the screen. So feel free to reach out. So we are here to assist you in for your business to grow. Thank you so much. And thank you, BACP and Stella, for the opportunity.
Thank you. To find out about our upcoming webinars, please visit chicago.gov/business education. Also, we are having a small business expo on Thursday, this coming Thursday, May 5th. It is a e-expo, so it will be online. Please register for that expo at chicago.gov/biz expo. That's BIZ expo. Again, that's chicago.gov/BIZ expo. Hope to see you then. Have a great weekend. Bye.